The extraterrestrial appeared in my dreams as a conversational partner and would have gone unnoticed if not for sparking my curiosity. I dreamt of standing next to a brick wall and realizing my situation. In other words, I was aware that I was dreaming. Reaching out to the wall, I felt the roughness of the stone, and at that moment, a voice nearby exclaimed, "Want to pass through? It would be amusing," I replied, still not understanding who I was talking to and not attaching much significance to it. Try creating a funnel in the wall. In dreams, anything is possible, advised the unseen conversational partner, and I attempted to follow the advice. No funnel materialized. The wall refused to obey the conscious command, violating the ephemeral nature inherent in everything dreamt. "As you can see, it became amusing for me," said the alien, and at that moment I took notice of it. A barely discernible silhouette flowed and undulated next to me. It touched my shoulder, and I felt something akin to a faint electric discharge. Hastening to reassure me, the alien said, "Don't be afraid. There's about 5 light years between us. A distance insurmountable, like this wall. Even worse. After all, you can break a wall." At this point, the alien directed its hand, or rather, a semblance of a hand towards the wall, as I couldn't discern it precisely. The wall before me, standing in all its steadfastness, began to tremble, bend, like water. The order of the brickwork started to twist and coil into a spiral. A couple of seconds later, I saw a swift funnel made of the wall substance. Apparently realizing my confusion, the alien said, "I'll appear if you're curious," and then absorbed into the very center of this stony vortex. I immediately woke up and went to the bathroom. My heart was pounding so hard in my chest. The unknown conversational partner vividly demonstrated the coherence of logic and the vastness of possibilities. The place on my shoulder where the alien touched, before disappearing into the wall, strangely tingled. I noticed redness on the skin there and thought to myself, stigmata. There are such phenomena in human nature when people induce the appearance of ulcers and even wounds through self-conviction alone. As later revealed, the stigmata were left by the alien not for amusement. It anchored itself to me, hooked into my consciousness for the possibility of a subsequent encounter. Of course, if I hadn't shown reciprocal curiosity, the alien would have had no reason to continue our dialogue. It has the ability to instantly overcome unimaginable distances and would go on to appear in the dreams of other people to test their potential for contact. Still, I turned out to be suitable. Torsion fields. Later, he reappeared next to me as a vague shimmer in the air and satisfactorily remarked, "I see your curiosity is stronger than the mark on your shoulder. You wonder how a dialogue can take place with such a distance between us. If we used radio communication, a simple exchange of greetings would take 10 years. But there is no radio communication. Thought travels faster than the speed of light and instantly pierces through the universe. Have you read about torsion fields?" To remember this monologue, I had to wake up immediately and write it down. I hadn't read about torsion fields at that time, although I might have heard the term somewhere. The volume of literature on the internet about torsion fields turned out to be overwhelming. After reading only a small portion of it, I realized the seriousness of the alien's intentions. He considered me someone knowledgeable and interested in physical processes, someone he could converse with. I had to tread carefully, and when he visited me next, I declared I know about torsion fields. It's the possibility of instant information transmission. There's also quantum entanglement. which allows the same, although not fully understood yet. Calm down, calm down, calm down. The alien interrupted me. If you know so much, I can offer you a tour. And we immediately flew over the earth. The capabilities of the spirit. Thanks to the ability to compress time intervals, I could see my entire familiar planet and noticed beams descending upon it. While you're exploring the possibility of moving material objects in space, we have long mastered the capabilities of the spirit, the alien told me. Now we transfer consciousness into embryos. In a fraction of a second, consciousness travels through many parsecs to be born in a human body here. Establishing a constant connection, we will make a powerful leap on your planet. We conducted such an experiment 2,000 years ago, but the result was tragic. Our way of thinking clashed with local customs, leading to a series of wars, and most envoys perished. The massacre of infants by King Herod is a legendary reflection of a real catastrophe. We don't want it to happen again due to the peculiarities of your society. We don't want it to happen again due to the peculiarities of your society. Algorithm of your thought process to devise the right strategy for those about to be born. Opening my eyes that time, I enjoyed the sensation of flight for a while. Hovering effortlessly was extraordinarily pleasant, but gradually, doubts displaced my joy. Can dreams be trusted? How much do they align with reality, and how much can they be mere fiction? Invasion. Doubts faded away the next time when the alien noticed my concern and behaved deceitfully. I'm talking about the abduction of my spiritual essence. It was not only terrifying but also dangerous. I might not have woken up, and then doctors would have declared death in my sleep, and I wouldn't be able to tell anyone anything. He pulled me into his world, located on an exoplanet not very similar to ours. Meteor showers destroyed their cities, radiation scorched entire deserts, and water in polluted reservoirs constantly boiled. It was quite harsh there, and apparently their end was near. That's why they became active in terms of resettling consciousness. They created their own hell, and now they were coming to us for a better future. As soon as I expressed this to the alien, he became very angry. You think progress comes cheap? We have already settled a group of carriers of our consciousness among you. We will do the same to you. I had to return from this dream through his oppressive resistance. The alien held me by the hands and legs, preventing any movement, like in a real nightmare. My breath was interrupted, and the question pounded in my head. Is it all really true? Later, I read confirmation of my fears. Traveling from the nearest exoplanet would take 80,000 years. That's too far. Our civilization has existed for a maximum of 4,000 years and hasn't considered moving anywhere. What will it be like for many generations to drift in space, aware of the abyss of time required for the mission? The aliens found the most reliable way, piercing the thickness of time through which nothing and no one will fly. But for us, it's not a gift. I had no doubt that the alien would visit me again in a dream, and I decided to scold him. If you want to save yourselves, behave like decent refugees. Set the boundaries of stay in a civilization unfamiliar to you to avoid harming the people who originally lived there. Infusion of the mind. The contact was not entirely pleasant, but avoiding it was impossible. Apparently, my interactions with the alien led to the appearance of the same stigmata on him that remained on me. I can't say exactly how they manifest physically on him, but they must manifest, for the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, and any shot induces inevitable recoil. After hearing my disjointed reproaches, the alien didn't attempt to argue. Clearly, he valued the established contact between us. Time spent is regretted by everyone, even by aliens. Moreover, as I quickly noticed, everything there was done with incredible precision. Probably for energy conservation. You'll save when your life resources are running low. If we build into all processes the possibility of overload and sometimes the possibility of a tenfold reserve load, they, on the contrary, do everything perfectly. You will give birth to a child, and our consciousness will be infused into its mind, he said sternly, and then I understood that I would never see the alien again, would never be able to engage in telepathic communication with him. It's all over. Gaining confidence in the reality of aliens, I immediately lost that reality because I won't even think about giving birth. It's out of the question. On Earth, their presence has already become noticeable. Just look at the story with the president of one republic. As soon as he spoke about contact with extraterrestrials, they promptly stripped him of his high office. What then can they do to ordinary mortals for such admissions? Studying our thought process, the aliens meticulously and precisely strike at everything that could reveal their infiltration.